Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Yambo, one half of the Unlikely Geeks, here today to give you guys a special one-shot episode where we talk about everything that's going on, that's coming out this April 2026 in movies and video games. I'm your host, Yambo. Pedro is out and about. He is still working. Oh, wait, we got my cool little background. Shout out to my homegirl, Amanda. She sent me that from New Jersey. That's a Dunkin' Donuts and Knicks basketball team combo. They did a collab, so that's pretty dope. But again, today we're talking about everything that is coming out this month. And excuse if I have a lisp, I'm working on my teeth. You know what I'm saying? So before we get off and start going, I want to give you guys an update on everything that has been going on with Crimson Desert. I'm hella far in that game. I might be the only person that's actually doing the missions in that game. So I'm like in level 9 or 8 or 9, maybe 10. There's 14. So I'm getting pretty damn close. The bosses are hard. And the only tip that I have for everybody is before you do a boss, stop, gather up all of your poppies and all of your croutons and all of that, and make yourself some revives, and then make as much food as you can. And that is how you go and beat these bosses. There's no real way to beat these bosses. You start the game like from cutscene and they automatically hit you. So if you don't dodge, or if you're like me and you just go straight forward, you die automatically. So what I'm telling you guys today is these are all of the things that are going to be released that are going to try to take my time away from Crimson Desert, because I love that game. So to start off, let's go with the video games. Of course, I'm the video game guy, so I'm going to do video games first this time. And the first video game that will be coming out. Oh, chat. Thank you guys for asking. I'm doing well from the accident. I'm not sore. I haven't been sore for a couple of days. It only took maybe 2 or 3 days where I was really, really sore. So I'm feeling a lot better. Now I'm just waiting on my total loss so I can go get myself a new vehicle. So shout out to everybody who just asked. Thank you guys for caring. But anyways, yeah. Let's start off with some video games. The first game this month that's coming out on April 1st, which is tomorrow, is going to be Goat Simulator 3. So if you guys are not familiar with what Goat Simulator 3 is, this game has been out since 2022 on most platforms. Whoa. That was probably extremely loud for you guys, so pardon that. So Goat Simulator 3, if you guys are not familiar, has been out since 2022 on most platforms. This game is coming out on the Switch 2 tomorrow. Incredibly stupid game. I love it. Me and my son played as 2 players. You play as a goat. You just cause a ruckus around, everywhere. You could be everything. I mean, a llama. You could be I don't know, whatever animals, just mad animals. Right now, I can't think of no animals, but especially a goat. It's a goat simulator. Apparently, goats are crazy. Look, they've got a freaking rhino. They got sharks, but there's missions to the game, and it makes no sense, and I absolutely love it. So stay tuned for that. That game is really fun. If you do have a Switch 2 and there aren't that many games and you're done with Pokemon Pocopia like me, and you're done with Donkey Kong Bonanza like me, I recommend buying this one. Goat Simulator is a really funny ass game. And again, like you see here, it came out in 2022 for the PS3, PS5, and all of the other platforms, but it's now finally coming out for the Switch 2. The second game coming out, which let me see if I have it here. Yes. This game here is called Darwin's Paradox. And if you guys have not seen it, it kind of plays, they did a skit kind of thing where it's a puzzle game, but they were kind of making fun of Metal Gear Solid, where he had the box over him. But it's like a puzzle game. You play as an octopus and you just got to survive through different levels and maps and things. It looks really fun. The graphics look really good, surprisingly. I didn't actually realize it was a 2D side scroller, but makes complete sense. Definitely a game I want to check out. Definitely a game I feel like you guys should check out. It comes out again on April 2nd. So that game, look right here. For some reason, they have a love for Metal Gear Solid, so it kind of plays like that, which is maybe a little stealthy, but it's pretty funny. The game looks like it's gonna have a lot of humor, and with the graphics and everything, I definitely recommend checking this one out. It's gonna be pretty damn fun. We got let's see, we got another game coming out that same day, April 2nd, and I don't know much about this game. I saw it on the list, and I thought it was a completely different game that I actually had heard about, but oop, let's see how we gonna get this up. That I had heard about, but this game surprised me, right? So I wanted to talk about this one for a second. This one's called Cursed Word, and it looks like a little bit of like a roguelike word game, words with friends kind of deal where you got to come up with words, but you're competing against other characters, and they have like roguelike elements. I don't even know. I don't know. It kind of looks like Balatro in a way. I don't know what the hell's going on. They have bosses in the game for some reason. 20 mind bending challenges, which tells me it's not a long game, but it looks like it could be pretty fun. If it's less than $10, I'll say pick it up. I have no idea how much this game is going to cost. I don't know anything about it. That looks pretty creepy. For people who wasn't tuning in, there's like a Muppet character in the game, and he looks pretty scary. If you guys have ever played the there's like a Muppet video game that came out, like Know Your Neighbor or something, and that game was freaking scary. We got April 2nd. I Am Jesus Christ. Yeah, you heard me right. I Am Jesus Christ is the name of the next game that is coming out April 2nd. You play as Jesus. This is not the first game that's done this. There's a game that came out a long time ago that you played as Jesus, and you literally go around and you heal people, you help people, and I don't know if it's going to be 100% biblically accurate. I have no idea. Look, I I couldn't even begin to explain what kind of game this is. The graphics don't look amazing, but the graphics for the other one didn't look amazing either. There's two games where you play as Jesus Christ, and look, cast out the demons, help people survive. If somebody has an ailment, you have the power to save them. I feel like this game is taking itself seriously. Like, it's not trying to be a joke game. So I don't know. It is a game I want to check out. I feel like it's random enough and unique enough to garner like some kind of like attention, but also on top of that, the graphics don't look that good. Oh man, this might be too much for some people, but I don't think they're going like the blasphemous route. I don't think they're doing it like with ill, intent. So I don't know. The first game I played the demo of, I forget the name of it, but it is on my Steam, and I played maybe like 10 minutes of it, and I don't know what the heck I was playing. So I got stuck inside of a door, and I was like, I'm out. So I never got to fulfill everything about it. But yeah, if you guys wanted to check that out, I Am Jesus Christ comes out on the 2nd. I'm not going to show this one, but if you do play Starfield, that game's coming out on the PS5 April 7th. So if you haven't been able to play Starfield on Xbox, you don't have Game Pass, you don't have an Xbox, now you have a chance. Starfield is basically Fallout or Oblivion in space. It's fun. It is fun. The next game that will be coming out is a pretty big one. I think to me personally, the biggest game to come out in April will be coming out at the end of April. So we'll talk about that at the end. But this is going to be a big deal for a lot of people. So the next game is coming on the Switch, and it is Pokemon Champions. Kind of like Pokemon Stadium back in the day. If you ever played that on the Xbox 360, uh, you get your Pokemon and you battle them out. There's no gyms. There's no walking around and collecting them. I actually don't know how you get the Pokemon here, but I do know that this game is gonna also come out on your cell phone. Now I don't know if it's coming out the same day. I don't believe it is coming out on the same day. Of course, they want people to buy the Switch 2, so they're probably gonna make people wait. But if it's a phone game, means that it's gonna have microtransactions. Means that you're gonna have to pay money to level up or pay money to make time go faster. Things like that. So be on the lookout for that, because if you buy this game on the Switch, I'm sure you're gonna have to do the same thing where you can level up faster if you pay money or this and that. So it connects to all of the other games with Pokemon Home, as you see on the screen here. So if you guys are familiar and you guys are actual Pokemon fans, Pokemon Home is a place where all of the video games that you play, Pokemon related, you can actually put your Pokemon into this Pokemon Home hub, and you could bring those characters from one game to another, and level up the same team that you've had, since Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, or, and what have you. So that's probably how you collect the Pokemon, honestly. So is it going to be something I'm going to be into? Probably not. I'm more into Pokemon Waves and Wind, the new ones that are coming out. This isn't my thing. I was never a Pokemon champion. I was never a Pokemon Snap, even though I wanted to be. I never got the game, so that wasn't something I was super into. But Pokemon Red and Yellow, Pokemon Gold and Silver, I never played Emerald, and then I waited after Gold and Silver. I had Gold. I went all the way and didn't play again until maybe the one that came out on the Switch. Right, so it's super far away. So this is going to be cool for a lot of people. This is like real competitive Pokemon playing. So if you want to go to like matches, or you go to Comic Cons, or you go to like all of these different things, there's going to be competitions. So if you want to get good, buy this game early, get good, and you could probably win some money and afford the next Switch, because if you guys haven't heard, everything's getting raised in prices. We talk about that in the last episode of Unlikely Geeks. Everything's going up. The PlayStation's going up. The Xbox is probably going to go up. The Switch has gone up. So get what you can now. Get Pokemon, because if you're good at this game, you can make your money back. Right? So after that, we have one of my favorite games, comes out April 14th on the PS5 and the Xbox. And this game's already been out on the Switch, and it's been out on the PC for a while now, probably a year. And that game is Hades 2. So if you guys are not familiar with Hades 1, awesome game. Right before Hades 2 came out, or a little bit after, I finally beat Hades 1. You play as the son of the devil in the first, or is it the devil? Hades. Well, it's not the devil. You play as the son of Hades, obviously. And your goal is to, beat different levels. It's a roguelike. So like you see here, you could pick and choose one of three things to help you get stronger. And then every time you beat a zone, you go and you level up and you go to the next zone and you keep going. And if you die, you restart. So people who don't know what roguelikes are, where have you been? Are you really a gamer? But yeah, so this is number 2. And I think this is his cousin. I got really far very first time I played the game on the computer. And being on the computer, I also got it on the Lenovo, right? So I was able to play a lot handheld, kind of felt like the Switch. So I got really far. I think I got to my 3rd zone, my first time playing. And I may have done maybe 10 runs so far. I've put this game to the side for a while now, but I'll probably beat it, one day. This is like boss 2, no spoilers or anything. But super fun. Every time that you lose, the characters react to how you lost, who you lost to, why you lost, how many times you lost. Like, it's a really smart game. Super fun. And I highly recommend it to everybody. I think it's going to end up being like $30 or something. So it'll be a cheap game for you to, throw on, play 1 or 2 rounds every time, and see how much you like it. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. After that, we got a game called Replaced. This game comes out April 14th on the Xbox and the PC, so not on the PlayStation and not on the Switch. Another side scroller. It kind of looks like pixelated, super pixelated, but at the same time, from far, it looks real. But the characters themselves look extra pixelated. Um, Another side scroller puzzle game. It's probably going to be cool. This actually is not the game that I thought it was when I put it on the list, but it is something I've heard a lot about. So the advertisements there, the money's into it. People are really big into this type of style, but there's just so many of them, right? So it's hard to pick and choose which one you actually want to put your time and money in. This one might be one of them. I say check on the reviews because it could be another run of the mill game, or it could be really badass. Look at the moves. Like, it's action centric. This next game is coming out on April 16th. It's called Tachulu, the Cosmic Abyss. And Tachulu is, that I've heard of it. I'm sure you have. What the hell is it? I don't know. Um, but it's the monster, right? And it's actually funny. They actually said that this video game is not coming out physically in America. Probably they saw a lot of people weren't into it. They saw a lot of people were not pre-ordering it. So they just canceled it completely. You can only get this game digital in America. So if I were somebody who cared about trying to flip games, I'll try to get my hands on a physical copy from Europe. How does that work? Is it illegal? I don't know. So don't say I recommended that if it is something that you're not supposed to be doing. Um, but it it's a first person. It kind of feels a little bit like BioShock in a way. This looks like Resident Evil. So just based on what I'm seeing here, I don't know too much about this game particularly. It's not my style game. I don't play too many games that I'm not 100% familiar with. This right now is looking like Doom. Or you ever heard that game Scorn? It kind of reminds me of that as well. So if you're into that scary, that kind of lore-y, good graphics, but at the same time not, this might be the game for you. Price of it looks like it's going to be on the, I guess I can't tell. Doesn't tell you on Steam what the price of the game is going to be. So I can't tell you if it's going to be more the inexpensive side, like the $30, $40, $50 game, or if it's a full price game. Full price, I might say wait. But if it's not, then go ahead and jump on it. The next game, April 16th, is probably the first game on the list that I'm probably going to buy. It'll probably be the game that will get me away from Crimson Desert for about 20 hours or so, because that's how long I've heard this game was. And that game is going to be Mouse, PI for Hire. It looks super fun. It's a first person game. It's all black and white. Everything kind of looks like that 1930 I was going to say Mario, Mickey Mouse style, but of course with more violence. It looks super dope. I don't see any, there's not that much like it. Gives you that first person version of Cuphead, which I loved Cuphead. Cuphead was way too hard for me, so I never beat it. Hopefully this game's a little bit easier. And it looks super fun. It's not like Bad Cheese. Bad Cheese was the other game that kind of had the similar style where you were playing like a Mickey Mouse character, but that one was more into the scary, and that was only like 5 hours long. This one is set to be like 20. So it's going to take my time away from the game, Crimson Desert, a lot, but it won't be all that bad. I'm real excited for this. The voice actors are going to be good. What's my boy's name? I forget, but he's the guy that you've heard in damn near every game. He's been in Uncharted. He's been in The Last of Us. I'm blanking on his name. And that's what happens when you do a show alone, but incredible. I'm super excited for this game. It looks really fun. So I say check it out. It will be a more inexpensive game, so even better. I definitely recommend that game. That'd be my first game of the month. Another game that's gonna get a lot of people into their Switch is Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. Comes out April 16th. And I mean, we remember Tamagotchis back in the day, back in my day. I'm old. So, little Tamagotchis. This is the Switch version of it. They can't really call it Tamagotchis. These look like the Miis that you used to make on the Wii. And you could take care of them. You take care of your people, blah, blah, blah. Not my style game. But neither was Pokemon Pocopia. And I ended up loving that game. So, will I play this game? No. But is it something that if I played, would I get into? Yeah, probably. But I'm definitely not playing this game. Some people might like it. You might love it. And we need more Switch 2 games because that Switch 2 was not cheap. You know? We got over here April 17th, Pragmata. This is one of those games like Crimson Desert. And I keep mentioning Crimson Desert, but deal with it. It's the game I've been playing. It's the number one game in people's, mouth at the moment. But it's one of those games where it looked too beautiful to be true, right? You thought it would never come out. This game got delayed, 3 or 4 times. People thought it was never, ever come out. It's actually coming out April 17th. And still, it's a third-person shooter. Kind of looks a little bit like a not scary Dead Space. It's made by the Japanese company Capcom, so it's going to be like a little bit out there, a little weird. So I'm excited for it. It's not a game that I'm going to jump to go and play ASAP, but if I find it on sale, if you guys want me to, stream it, then I'll find a way to get it and, I'll buy it. That's what I mean. I'm not going to illegally download it, but I'll find a way to get it, play it for you guys and we'll test out if it's worth the money or not. I don't feel like this is going to be a 10 out of 10 game. It looks 10 out of 10, but this looks like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 game to me, which is why I might wait for it to come on sale. Still, looks cool. Looks like a game I will never beat just because it's not my style, but I do want to check it out. The hype is real. It's been advertised for years, so it is definitely something that's on my radar. It's just not 100% something that I'm fully invested in. The next thing I want to talk about is a little weird. It's called Vampire Crawlers. And this is not a sequel, not a spiritual successor of Vampire Survivors, which was the one button. You just got to move your character around. He automatically shoots like bullet hell type game. That game is $3 or $4. It's also on your phone. It's also on the Switch. It's also on the Xbox. Buy it. It's fun. You just need something to play. You throw it on, you walk around, and you have 20 minutes before a vampire comes and kills you and just see how far you can get. That's basically the whole gist of the game. And that game sold so much that they're making a second version of it. It's kind of like a card game now. It's a first-person game where now you pick and choose. These are all the same add-ons and weapons that you had in Vampire Survivor, except now it's first person. And you walk around and there's just still a bunch of bad guys in front of you and things like that. I don't know. This game looks cool because Vampire Survivor was so cool that I might give this one a chance, especially if it's still within that under $10 range. But as of right now, I don't know what the hell's going on. Check it out. Comes out April 21st, 2026. Another big game that comes out towards the end of the month is going to be Invincible Versus. And Invincible Versus is a fighting game like Mortal Kombat, like Marvel vs. Capcom. This one's more Marvel vs. Capcom because you get to play as multiple characters and you get to pick and choose, I think it's 2 or 3 characters, and you fight each other. And as you see from the trailer, it looks exactly like the show. I mean, there's a 3D version, but the cutscenes look like the show. The characters have that same kind of weight and the graphics as the show and the graphics as the comic book. So it looks badass. If you're into fighting games, This could be a fighting game to play, even if you're not into the show. But I don't know why you wouldn't be into the show. The show's awesome. So definitely something to check out. This one comes out late in the month, April 30th. And it's one day before the most anticipated game of the month for me personally. And that is going to be Cyros. Cyros is coming to the PS5 only. It's a PS5 exclusive, as was Returnals. Returnals was a game that, if you see this, you see Returnals, same game, different colors, different protagonists, not a sequel according to them. And it's a bullet hell game, just like I was saying that Vampire Survivor was. And you're just a guy in the ship, a guy who has to go and save people who crashed on the ship. And in the first game, you don't really know what the story was. You're an astronaut in a new planet. Every time you die, you come back to life. And you got to restart the level over and over. The whole goal is to beat all 15 chapters or, 3 locations, different spots in each location. Do all of that in one go. Hella hard. I never beat the game. There's co-op in the game. And I force all my friends to try to buy it. So this game is going to be just like that, just a little bit easier. So they're going to do some things to make it easier where more of your upgrades stay with you after you pass and you restart. So hopefully this one I can beat. I hope, because I'm buying this game. Oh, this game is going to get bought. Now, I got Returnals. It was probably my first PS5 game, first or second PS5 game. And it is one of the only games that I have not beat from my little collection of games that I have. It's hard. So definitely looking forward to this one. I want it real bad. I just want it to be easier. A little bit. Because I'm able to, again, we're going to talk about Crimson Desert. I'm able to cheat a little bit in Crimson Desert because all I do is buy food and buy revives. But in this game, you can't just gather up your food and revives for your boss and then revive yourself every time. If you die, you're dead. I mean, you may come back once if you have the ability to, but that's it. You can't come back to life 10 times like I do in Crimson Desert. So that is the most anticipated game of the year for me, of the year, one of the most anticipated games of the year, but the most anticipated game of the month for me is Cyros. Now let's talk about movies. Tomorrow, one of the biggest movies of the month is coming out. And that movie, Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. Now, the trailers look funny, I guess. The first movie was good. I actually have tickets for this movie to go watch with my mom and my son tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow is watch. So keep an eye out on Letterboxd. You will see my Realtor reviews. That's Realtor, REELTORS reviews. Realtor reviews. You'll see that from the reviews that I have seen. And I don't let reviews, tarnish what I think about stuff because everybody hates Crimson Desert. And everybody hates a lot of movies that I end up loving and video games that I end up really liking, like Saints Row. The reboot. I liked it. Sue me. So people did not like this movie from what I'm reading. We'll see. Because I remember the Mario Galaxy games. I played both of them. I think I beat one of them. And Mario Odyssey and all these other Mario games. Who doesn't love Mario? I think the problem is that they should have gone Mario World first. Super Mario World, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Wonder. Do it the way that it should. They jump straight to Galaxy. We'll see if that paid off or not. According to the reviews, it did not pay off. But we'll see. Again, this movie comes out tomorrow, April 1st. No joke. Second movie. This one's a big movie for, Dro and I, right? Like a movie that we would want to see that maybe a lot of people may not. It's called The Drama. This is a drama and a dark comedy. There's been leaks and rumors about what this movie is actually about, but they have really not officially stated what the movie's about. If you want to know what the rumors are, I kind of want to tell you guys, but I also don't want to spoil the movie. So All it is, April 3rd, it says a happily engaged couple is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. What could it be? I kind of heard, but I don't want to talk about it. Super controversial too. Like I don't know why that would be what happens. Especially to the character that it happens to. Very random if it is what they say it is, but we'll have to see. I can't wait to see this. I probably might see it this weekend. Or do I got my son this weekend? I probably have my son this weekend. So I might not see it this weekend. I might see it next Monday, right before the podcast. Or, if we record on Tuesdays, which we seem to be doing, then we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Again, just keep an eye out on Realtor Reviews on Letterboxd and or my personal Facebook for all of those who follow me on personal Facebook. And we'll check it out. Definitely a good movie to go watch. This is going to be, the first of 4 movies from Zendaya that's coming out this year. This girl's making moves. So the next one is The Beast. The Beast comes out April 10th. This is a UFC movie. Luke Hemsworth is in it. That his name? Luke? Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Luke Hemsworth. That's Thor's brother. MMA legend Patton James is now a commercial fisherman. Is pulled back into the cage when his brother is in danger. Reunited with his old coach Sammy, he commits to one final fight in one championship against a brutal champion Xavier Garu. One championship, I believe, is the one in China, right? So that's cool. I don't know if it's a true story. I don't know if it's not. Russell Crowe wrote it. Russell Crowe was in it. If you're into these kind of movies, check it out. I'm more into boxing, as everybody knows. So this doesn't really interest me too crazy. This feels a little bit more like a direct-to-DVD type film. Like Never Back Down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's kind of like one of those movies to me. But it is something that a lot of people may like. I'll watch it. This is a movie I'll throw on for my grandfather, throw on for my dad, because they like these kind of action movies. So hopefully you guys check it out too. April 10th is when this movie comes out. Then you got You, Me, and Tuscany. I throw this one on here, right? Because, Yambo, the ladies' man, blah, 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 blah. But this movie actually is really, really important to movie theaters. It's a romantic comedy, 2 black leads. It's, there's not really too many just pure romantic movies out there that aren't straight to Hallmark, straight to Netflix type deal. When a woman crashes at an empty Italian villa, posing as the owner's fiance, she discovers an unexpected romance that may transform her life. You, Me, and Tuscany. Like I said, this movie is super important because if this movie does bad in the movie theaters, there's a lot of similar style movies that will never see the light of day. They won't get greenlit. They will go straight to Netflix. They will go straight to Hulu. This is a movie coming out in the movie theaters with the intention to show that, anything other than superhero movies and horror movies will do well in the movie theaters. So if this movie does not do well in the movie theaters, that's the end for rom-coms. You're only going to see them in Christmas time. You're only going to see them in Hallmark. So people got to go watch this. Am I the biggest fan of Halle Berry? Of Halle Bailey? That's how you... Halle Bailey. Am I the biggest fan of her? Not really. I like Chloe a little more. But Haley's dope. I've been watching a lot of interviews of hers on YouTube, promoting this and promoting other stuff. And she seems cool. So I want this movie to do well. I'll probably end up going and see it. Not by myself. This will not be a solo dolo movie. We got to figure out how, where we watching this. If I do end up watching it solo dolo, it's strictly for the review. All right. But this movie comes out April 10th as well. So I believe this movie is going to do better than The Beast. That's just my 2 cents. If you want to put some money on it, do that at your own time. Hamlet. Hamlet comes out again April 10th. A lot of movies come out that day. This movie seems to be a little bit more of, it says in theaters, but this gives me a vibe of straight to Hulu type deal. Hamlet comes home for his father's funeral and finds his uncle Claudius marrying his widowed mother, Gertrude. His father, Ghost, reveals Cletus murdered him, leading Hamlet towards revenge and introspection. I mean, just based on the cover, I love a spray painted crown. That's like gives me that Bel Air vibe. Gives me J Cole. All of these Basquiat type deals. And Riz or Riaz, I don't know how you say his name, but I've seen him places, and he's good. He's funny. So, is he funny? I think he's in some comedies. This is a drama movie. That's why I question myself. But I'll check this out. This is another one. It's like I'll probably catch on streaming. Normal. Another one. April 17th comes out. This movie is not on my radar whatsoever. Dro and a couple other people have told me to go watch Nobody 1 and 2. It's just, I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. I have heard that they're action packed. I have heard all of these things. Still not something that I'm running to go and try to watch if I have so many other things to watch. This gives me that same vibe, not just because it has the same main character, but small town, big secrets, centers on a temporary small town sheriff who uncovers a dark mystery after a local bank robbery. Again, another movie to go and tell my grandfather and my dad to go watch and go to check out. We got Mother Mary. This movie comes out April 17th, and it stars Anne Hathaway. Only reason I put it here, because I actually did not know this movie was coming out. But it's an A24 movie, and Joe and I love A24 movies. So it is something to, keep your ears open for. Long buried wounds rise to the surface when an iconic pop star, Mother Mary, reunites with her estranged best friend and former costume designer, Sam Elsom, on the eve of her comeback performance. So cool. Again, I knew nothing about this movie. It's a pop star, Mother Mary. What pop star are they going to try to mirror this on? Could it be just based on the outfit, this looked like some Lady Gaga type outfit or something. So who knows what Mother Mary's going to be about. Let's see, it's a costume drama, epic drama, music, thriller. Doesn't say horror. So, that's a plus there. That movie comes out April 17th. Now we got April 17th again. We got Bus Boys. This one's a little bit different. This one's a comedy. This one stars Theo Von and David Spade. I think this movie also has Drewski in it. In theaters, which is cool because this could have easily gone straight to Netflix. A pair of idiot friends believe that if they become waiters, all of their problems will be solved. They aren't entirely wrong, but they aren't entirely right. So, just comedy, just a pure, Adam Sandler-ish, David Spade comedy. Theo Von is not really a big movie star, but he's viral all the time. This is, I believe, his first movie. So I'm gonna check it out. This one looks really funny. Stupid funny. This ain't gonna be up there with the creme de la creme, but it's one of those movies that probably has like 10 fart jokes. I swear. The only reason I'm putting this one on here is because I'm sure you guys have heard about it, because this guy said an inappropriate word at an award show to Michael B. Jordan and to everybody from Sinners. So that's the only reason I put it on here. Comes out April 24th. If you wanted to see it, it's about the guy with Tourette's that, again, he used that probably for some promotion. And then for the big movie that comes out this month, outside of Super Mario, we're going to end the month off with Michael. The Michael Jackson documentary. Biopic. Based on the musical. And I really wanted to see the musical. That I really want to see. This movie, maybe not so much. I don't know if this is going to be a part 1 or part 2, because Michael's life, he had a lot of life, and he did a whole lot of things in his he was like 50 something. But the story of the famous musician Michael Jackson, known as the King of Pop. A lot of people already hating on this movie. A lot of people don't think the kid looks like him. A lot of people don't think that they're going to be able to put everything in one film. So hopefully they aren't going to put everything in one film. I'd rather have it where it doesn't end with him dying in the way that he did. Leave this one with an open-endedness, like he succeeded. And if they're going to show Mike, you could have 3 stories. You could have a trilogy of Michael movies when he was a child with Jackson 5, when he was, you know, the beginning Michael Jackson with Thriller, and then when he was the last Michael Jackson before everything finished. Um, my favorite Michael Jackson song is not the ones that most people think. It's Blue Gangsta. It's damn, what's the name of the song? As I drove across on the highway, my Jeep began to rock. And no, that what I forgot the name of that song, but I listen to that song a lot. That's my song. Take me to the place without no name. That's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. A lot of people are like, damn, it's not Thriller, it's not Beat It, it's not this. No, you guys can have those. Everybody likes those. I like that album, which I think came out maybe right before or right after he passed. So, yeah, those are the movies and the video games that will be coming out this month, April 2026. Were there any of them that you really want to watch? Was there any that I missed? Was there any that you're like, nah, you didn't explain that right? This is what it is. Let me know in the comments. Write me. Tell me off. Because, again, it's solo dolo today. And, it's always good to have that dynamic with my co-host. But, we try not to miss no days for you guys. I know sometimes we do. It just, time gets to us. But, again, that's where you guys come and support. The likes, the shares, the follows, we're not asking for anything monetarily, but push. The more push and promotion, then the more we could be more consistent, because you never know. We could go and talk to somebody, get some sponsorships, things like that. So it's not about the money. It's just about being able to stay consistent for you guys. I love doing this. Dro loves doing it. He always feels bad every time he can't make it. Yo, bro, can we, I feel bad. There's days when I can't make it. It's not always him. I can't make it some days, and I hit him up. The thing is that he doesn't have, the setup to start this and do it on his own. If not, we'll have some Dro solo episodes, which would be really cool, and I love to see it. So what I want everyone to do, if you guys stay tuned and you guys, were checking us out and watched us today, I need you guys to go to Trigger Dro on all social media and message him directly and tell him to stream Crimson Desert. Stream the game. This man plays just as much as I have. I think I've played 48, way more than 40, like 48, 50 hours already. Dro's like 24, 25 hours, and he hasn't streamed. So I need everybody who watches to get on his ass and tell him, stream the game. It's as easy as just plugging the same camera that he uses and just going off, put the little headphones and bow, So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy your April. I'll see you guys next week. Continue to follow Realtor Reviews. Follow Hey Yambo on Instagram. Follow Unlikely Geeks everywhere. Tell your friends, tell your family, because that is how we're able to be more consistent and, have an even better production. My dream is to re-rent a location like the old studio we had 8 years ago. But this time I have a new concept in my head of how it should look, and I need to do it. It's something that I have to do, but I can't do it without you guys. I cannot do it without you guys. So please help and support by like, sharing, subscribing, telling your friends to like, share, and subscribe. Watch the videos, comment, tell me you like my shirt if you like it. It's a little bit tight on me, but that's why I have it close cut. So you guys can't see, everything else going on. But anyways, guys, I love y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, go out there and save the world. Peace.